my city.
Boston, Massachusetts. Greetings, it's 2K Sports bringing you live coverage of the NBA. This is our Sunday night broadcast. I'm Brian Anderson, here with Grant Hill and Stan. Well, Stan, once teams get into the postseason, what kind of changes do we typically see?
Well, Brian, the one thing you see for sure is everybody's rotation will get shorter and the best players' minutes will go up. There's no more experimentation now. It's time to put your best players out there for as many minutes as possible.
A look at the opening lineup for Washington. They've got Johnson, Sarr out there with Jordan Poole, and it's Carrington in at the 2.
Yeah, still a developing part of Sarr's game, but he looked confident with that triple.
Back to White. Cornette sets a screen, 5 to shoot, and that one is hammered home.
Such confidence as a passer. He hits guys in stride and makes it look easy.
Here's Carrington, right wing. Here's Champagny, gets some space and parries the jumper.
That's a fantastic feed right there. Kicking it out for the good look. Plays like this really help team chemistry.
White can't hit. Here's Carrington. He's covered by Holiday. Inside. Here's Champagny, and the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. And Grant, when you play the Wizards, you better be ready to run.
BA, they like to speed you up. They force you to play at their pace. And on the flip side, that gives you open floor opportunities as well.
First one falls for him. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
So he gets them both. First quarter, just over a minute and a half in. Here's Holiday. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to go on Jordan Poole.
Holiday's fiery, tough to keep up with.
Boston shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
Holiday at the line for 2 shots.
That's good from Holiday. And coach, a perennial all-defense performer, Drew Holiday. Fearsome at that end of the floor in particular.
Yeah, Brian, he's as good a defensive guard as there is. Great size and strength at the point guard spot. You combine that with his IQ and his competitive will, he is a problem on a nightly basis.
Holiday hits them both. Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
Just 5 on the clock. To the inside. Here's Johnson. That one doesn't drop. Good work defensively by White. The Celtics have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Pass to Brown. And he banks in the layup.
Look, Brown's a great athlete. I love to see him work inside.
Here's Sarr. Back to Poole. Washington again can't hit. The Celtics have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. White for 3. Knocks down the triple. White's got 5 now.
The shots are certainly falling for him here in the early stages.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
There's no way coach likes this effort level. They need to refocus.
Yeah, you have to take a timeout in a situation like this. Stop the bleeding a bit and regroup.
Hey, Boston, let's get on for Celtics Entertainment. Attention fans on the court. Is your squad. Get loud and look at the shirt. It's time for t-shirts.
To take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for Drew Holiday.
And the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. That's not what you want, and I'm sure it's something he's well aware of.
Boston on D. They lead by 4. From deep, Johnson. And another miss by Washington. Boston has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Spins. Cornette passes to White. And from the field after that one, 3 for 4 now.
I like that from White. Attack in the heart of that defense.
Pass to Champagny. Here's Sarr. They need this. Got it. Sarr's got 5. Here's Holiday. In his last outing, 10 points for him. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. I talked with him about how he's approaching matching up with Jordan Poole tonight, and he said to make sure we don't lose him on defense. We have to talk, and we have to know where he is. Expects his team to be very active and talkative here tonight. Guys?
Thanks for that, Allie. Left side, Brown. Off target with the 3. Here's Carrington. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
Oh, he really fought for that one. Battling through contact to complete the play.
Washington shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. Pritchard's checked in for Boston.
Line for 1.
And the free throw, no good. Coach closing in on 2 decades in the league. Al Horford continues to put in the work.
Well, Brian, that's what it takes to make sure your body is able to compete against players half your age. He's never shied away from doing all the little things.
Sarr passes to Poole. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Wizards with another miss. Celtics lead by 4. Here's Brown. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Boston.
Well, you know, the analytics guys would tell you a team shouldn't be taking this many mid-range shots, but clearly they're shooting them with confidence.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
A talented scorer and versatile defender. The athletic Brown is a vital piece for this team.
Pass to Carrington. The 3 is up. Horford pulls it in. The Celtics have gotten 7 of their 10 shots to fall. Here's Pritchard. He's scoreless. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
And they call an illegal screen here.
Wow, that's a tough foul to take there. That gives him 2 early on, and the coach might have to cut his minutes a bit.
Boston leading by 7. Now here's White. 9 points in the game. Pass to Pritchard. Wide open look. Rebounded by Champagny.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Nails it from 3. Champagny's got 7.
Not only is Sarr a willing passer, he's a very skilled passer as well.
Outside, Brown driving to the basket, and he comes up with a bucket.
Time and time again, they're creating good looks from close range.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Here they call it Celtics Entertainment.
Gills checked in for Champagny. Thor comes in for Johnson, and it's Jones in for Poole. The Wizards trail by 6. The ball's knocked loose. And here's Brown for 3. Fires in the triple. Brown's got 10.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Pass to Gill. Now the Celtics on the move. And the jam by Brown.
Well, we just saw both sides of Brown's game. He can affect the game multiple ways. It's why he's such a good player.
Here's Carrington. To the middle. Will it go? Sarr. And there's the rejection. Pass to Pritchard. Back to White. Cornette at the post. Currently averaging 5 points a game. Knocks down the long J. And the Celtics lead by 14.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Here's Thor. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Simple. The closer you are to the hoop, the better your chance to score.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Just 2 games before the playoffs get going. Let's see how the field might look. Taking a look at Boston. With great effort over a long season, they're second in the conference. And of course the Wizards, currently a ways below.
Well, for the Wizards, as we see them limp towards the finish line, you really have to believe that everyone is going to be evaluated from top to bottom.
Yeah, and for the front office in particular, the focus is shifting to the offseason and what steps they can take to elevate this team to more competitive footing.
Pass to Sarr. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Grant, you talk about NBA length. Alex Sarr has it in spades.
So many young bigs we're seeing these days. He combines that length with some guard skills as well. And that's a very intriguing package.
No good on that one.
Obviously, Alexander Sarr's stature grabs your attention, but he's stronger than he looks, too. And that can be a pretty dangerous combination if he learns to use it right.
And he's good on the second. And one of the findings in a recent league report, Stan, back-to-backs, not a major risk for injury, it seems.
Well, you know, Brian, I had a player that I greatly respected tell me that his preference would be to play 41 back-to-backs during the year because then you get 2 days off in between games. That really what was harder was playing every other day and never getting a break of a couple of days. So, look, you have to play through a lot of different situations and things, but I think back-to-backs are certainly overestimated.
Interesting. Something to consider for sure. 4 on the clock. Pritchard gets it to go.
And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Thor, the pass to Jones. Here's Thor. There's the 3. No good.
Well, that's why he's out there using his size in the paint.
Greg. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Pass to Thor. Yep, count it. Thor's got his second bucket on the night.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And time now to give some credit to the teams that have been getting after it defensively since the All-Star break. Boston in second.
Their enthusiasm on defense since the break has been fun to watch, making plenty of trouble for the offense and reaping the rewards on the other end.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he hits both. Here's Johnson. Checking his stats, he's scoring around 9.5 points per game. Pass to Gill. Here's Thor. Outside Jones. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Gill. Beyond the arc. Champagny shot is off.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Pritchard, the pass to Craig. 3-pointer. Gets the 3 to fall. Pritchard's got 5 points.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Johnson passes to Gill. Ooh, poked away. Here's Champagny, defended by Craig. They set the pick. Johnson for 3. Hits the 3-pointer.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
The 3 from Craig. And no good. And so it's Boston in a good situation, up by 13 points to close the quarter. They hold a real solid lead right now. Love their approach tonight. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. We welcome welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a very convincing performance from the Celtics so far.
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they've dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
The Wizards trail by 13. On the court right now for the Wizards. And it's Gill in at the 5. There's the triple. Hauser can't get it to go.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown. And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Hauser, first personal foul, first team foul.
Here's Carrington. 23 points his last outing. 6 to shoot. Pass to Champagny. Counted from distance. Champagny's got 10.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
And Stanley went undrafted back in 2021. But Wisconsin native Sam Hauser has worked his way into a rotation role.
Well, Brian, everyone's looking for shooters, and he is a knockdown shooter. And at 6'7", boasts good size and plays both ends of the court.
The first one falls. Well, Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously, and size certainly helps, and then the savvy and balance to create that space.
And that's good as he hits both shots.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Over to the left wing. Here's Thor. Pass to Champagny. No good there. That would have cut it to single digits. Here's Shireman. Here's Pritchard. Drains the triple. Give him 8.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Here's Carrington. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Washington shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Shooting for Washington, Carrington, 2 shots.
And that one misses. Drew Holiday's checked in for Boston. And a change for the Wizards. Poole's checked in. He hits the second from the line. Celtics lead by 14. Pass to Pritchard. Now here's Horford. Lets the 3 fly. Jones grabs the board. Washington has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Here's Carrington. Here's Champagny. He's got 10. And there's a pick. Shot from the top of the key. And again, Washington, no good.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast, but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well. And when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan.
All right, fans, it's dance time. Get ready to dance like everyone's watching. Keep on dancing. Wizards. Somebody doesn't have rhythm. Bring those moves.
Checked in for Washington.
Let's hear it for them. Checking in for the Wizards, number 20, Alexander Sarr.
Three minutes of action thus far in the second. Pass to Carrington. To the wing on the left. 5 on the clock. Jones from outside. Boston pulls it in. Their last game, a win against the Suns. Looking to carry it into this one.
And at the offensive end, they were lights out in that game. They found all sorts of ways to punish the D.
Yeah, and for a coach, seeing your schemes clicking like that is very rewarding.
Pritchard, no good.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Shot's good by Carrington.
Nice move to get inside and create a good look for himself.
And here's Holiday. He's got 5.
Washington foul. Carrington.
The Celtics making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Johnson, he's checked in for Washington.
Substitution on the court.
So it's Boston now. Pass to Holiday. Back to Brown. The baseline J is on the way. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
Well, you got to know the scouting report on Brown. He's solid cashing in from the mid-range.
Back to Poole. Here's Carrington. 7 points in the game. And the 3 off target. Pass to Brown. Here's Cornette. Here's Pritchard. Give him 8. Shoots over Sarr. And it's Boston scoring again.
Well, he's been very reliable tonight. Not wasting any chances. Really using his head.
Gill. Pass to Sarr. Got a piece of it. And he recovers it. Down low. Horford. Now here's Holiday. The D's right on him. Tipped.
And as Sarr gets older, he'll learn how to use his length even more.
2 on the clock. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Brown's got 17 points.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Pass to Sarr. Here's Carrington. To stop the run. Buries it from 3. Carrington's got 6 here in the quarter.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And so the ball out of bounds. Brown touched it last.
And the misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
Boston making a switch here. White's checked in. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Champagnie, he's checked in for Poole. Outside Johnson. 16 feet out. The Wizards with another miss.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Outside, Brown. Pass to Cornette. Shoots a fadeaway. It's hauled in by Carrington. Wizards trail by 19. Here's Champagnie. Gill, pass to Champagnie. Here's Sarr. He has 6. Johnson for 3. Ooh, good work defensively by Holiday. Back to Brown. Fades. And that one's long. Washington has gone 2 of 6 from distance here in the second quarter. Pass to Gill. And here's Johnson. Here's Champagnie. Horford covering. Champagnie, the pass to Gill. Washington again can't hit. And White has got the ball here for Boston. 22 is their biggest lead. Next up, the Knicks in New York. It'll be the front end of a 2-game road trip. Johnson against Brown. Fades and shoots. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Brown's got 7 points here in the quarter. The Wizards trail by 21. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
The basket counts, and one. He'll go to the line, a chance at a 3-point play.
Well, Sarr is already used to attracting defensive contact, and this time he manages to finish right through it.
And the Wizards making a change here. Thor's checked in.
One shot.
Stan, you're the son of a coach. Your dad was a great coach at the collegiate level. What was the best advice you ever received from him?
Well, Brian, the one that has always...
Oh, okay!
Oh, my gosh. Well, check out Brown getting flashy. That'll get him fired up.
There's the screen by Johnson. Pass to Thor. Shoots over Brown. Thor can't get it to go.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Craig passes to Brown. Deflected! Now here's Johnson. Here's Champagnie. Here's Carrington. He's got 10. Shoots over White. Shot's good by Carrington. Carrington's got 12 points in the game.
Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
Brown finds White. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. And here's Brown for 3. Walsh is checked in for Jaylen Brown. The Wizards making a switch here.
Third team foul. Substitution on the court.
The Wizards trail by 18. Now Jones. Pass to Gill.
2 minutes.
Launches a 3. And Craig pulls it down. We've got 1:48 left in the first half. Here's Walsh. Now here's Craig. The 3 is up. Gill grabs the board.
Yeah, and they've taken their foot off the gas a little. They were much more aggressive to start the game and really getting their opponent in early foul trouble.
Pass to Jones. Johnson for 3. And out of bounds. Boston will have it. And let's take a look now at some numbers for Derek White.
Effective field goal percentage is a great way to measure his performance over the previous 10 games. It's been much improved, a sign that his game has been evolving.
We've got 1:13 left in the first half of this one. Craig with a screen on Johnson. White for 3. Rebound by the Wizards. Champagnie's got 4 rebounds now. Thor, the pass to Johnson. Here's Thor. It's rebounded by Walsh.
Well, you gotta miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Thor. Pass to Jones. And there's a 3-second violation.
When you're trying to cut into a lead, you can't afford that kind of mistake.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
Celtics lead by 18. White with it. His last outing, he had 18 points. Out to Horford. Outside White. And And the three-pointer goes. White's got 12 points in the game.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
It's been all about Jaylen Brown for the Boston Celtics. He's been effective on offense, racking up 21 points so far in this contest. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks so much, Al. As you anchor that front court, what were you guys looking to accomplish in the first half?
I mean, we're just trying to play with pace, trying to dominate on the defensive end, get rebounds, make it tough.
Pace is key. Back to you.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
Hey, folks, what a start for Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown is showing his value on both ends. He can be the #1 scoring option, and he can defend the other team's best player.
And he's not done growing. He's gotten better every year, and I expect that to continue.
All right, and now that we are in the later stages of the season, here's how the standings are looking in the East.
You look at the Celtics, they're in good position, definitely among the top teams in the conference.
And just as important as the seeding is how you're playing down the stretch. They're trying to dial it in. Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Jaylen Brown having a dominant impact in this game.
What makes him an exciting player is the ultra-aggressive mindset that we saw over and over in the first half.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Luke Cornett out there with Al Horford. And it's Holiday in at the one. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Well, Brian, you probably have to start with Rudy Gobert, but we've got guys like Brook Lopez, Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, and then we've got two young ones coming up that could be as good as we've seen in Wemby and Chet Holmgren.
He's perfect from the line this time. And it's Holiday with the ball for the Celtics. Horford outside, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Holiday.
Yeah, just couldn't make the connection, but you appreciate their attempt at moving the ball.
The Wizards trail by 16. Here's Carrington. Pass to Sarr. Poole from long range. Connects from downtown. Poole's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
Great work. Poole allowing the play to develop and capitalizing in style.
Holiday drives in, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two. And with a pause in the action, let's check out the top shooting rookies from downtown this past month. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
For 2 shots.
He misses the free throw.
Well, if you ask a coach, what do you want out of your players? The answer is often effort, ability, and selflessness. Drew Holiday has all of those and more.
And the second free throw is good. The Wizards trail by 14. Pass to Champagny. Fires the three. He can't hit that time.
And right now they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Here's Cornette. Clock at 6. Here's Holiday. Rebounded by Johnson. Washington has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Here's Carrington. He's got 12. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
And you have to love the focus. He gets hit, but converts it anyway.
Shooting for Washington, Carrington.
What's up?
At the line for 1.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Outside White. Good. And Brown gets the assist. White's got 15 points.
Look, shooting off the catch is something White's become really good at.
And, Coach, you look at Derek White, maybe not the biggest name, but he is a winning player.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the most underrated players in the league. He's got a great feel for the game at both ends of the court. He is tremendously solid across the board.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. Richards checked in for Boston. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Now here's Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Good work there as it goes. Johnson's got 5 points. Celtics lead by 15. Horford outside. To the paint. Here's Cornette. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards.
Here's Carrington. And it's Cornette with a rebound. Cornette's got rebound number 8 here already in the game.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Lets it fly. Sarr pulls it in. And it's Poole with the ball for the Washington Wizards. Trailing by 17. Pass to Pritchard. Back to Holiday. Horford outside. And here's White. This one for 3. Rebounded by Champagny. Champagny's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Carrington. Pass to Poole. Here's Champagny. Horford covering. Champagny, the pass to Poole. Oh, using that sweet stroke. Poole connects from deep.
No waiting around from Poole. He got rid of it quickly.
Horford outside. Here's Pritchard. Cornette with the bucket. Cornette's got 4 points this quarter.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
And again for three.
And that last three now ties him for the franchise record for most in a season. You know he's looking for that next one.
You talk about being locked in all year long. Next one sets the franchise record. What a season it's been for him. Hits the trifecta. White's got 18.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Carrington no good. Boston leading by 16. Good. And he's hit 8 of 14 now. A solid offensive performance.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
Poole, the pass to Johnson. Here's Champagny. Horford covering. Back to Johnson. Shoots over Horford. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 5.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Pass to Carrington. Here's Champagny. He's guarded by White. Johnson for 3. The Wizards with another miss. The Celtics have gotten 7 of their first 11 attempts to go in this half. And that one drops.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Outside Johnson. Sarr passes to Johnson. Poole outside. Can they get it? And it's Cornette with a rebound. Cornette's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him. Holiday passes to Pritchard. It's rebounded by Washington. Here's Carrington. And scoring. That now makes him 7 for 11 in this game.
The name of the game isn't scoring, it's scoring efficiency.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players.
Let's give Coach credit. He's trying to find a way to squeeze the most out of every possession.
Well, that's the job, right? Your duty as a coach is to finesse your lineups so your guys get the best chance to succeed.
Making a change here. Looking at our 2K leaderboard, these teams have been absolutely fantastic hitting the offensive boards. The 4th spot held by the Celtics.
They've poured in a lot of second chance points recently, and that can be huge for your offense.
On defense, the Wizards. Outside Craig. Lays it up and banks it in. Craig's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Johnson passes to Gill.
Boston foul. Child. First personal foul Third team foul.
Here's Champagny. 10 points for him. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Johnson. Here's Hauser. Inside. Pass to Pritchard. Here's Hauser. Takes it inside. Count it. Good. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Celtics?
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off of transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
Here's Johnson. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it. It's good. Johnson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Second team foul. At the line for your Celtics, Shireman. At the line for 2 shots.
And he drops the first. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Washington has gone 3 of 7 from deep so far in the third quarter. Pass to Gill. Here's Thor. Now here's Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. The Wizards need to get off a shot here. Jones misses.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Shireman. Here's Walsh. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
At the line for 2, Walsh.
The first free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. 1:37 left in the third. Right side Johnson. Knocked loose. Jones, the pass to Johnson. Here's Carrington. No good with the triple.
Well, and after making just 1 triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
Here's Tatum. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, if you're going to let him get that close to the rim, that's what's going to happen. Leaving no room for error with the slam.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Boston making a switch here. Craig's checked in. And that one misses. The Wizards have gotten 7 of 16 shots to go so far in the third quarter. Pass to Carrington. Jones against Holiday. Back to Jones. Shoots from 14. The shot by Johnson, no good.
He just couldn't finish the job that time, and too bad, because it was a nice look.
Pritchard, the pass to Holiday. Outside Craig. Oh, they pick off the pass. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Champagny. Here's Carrington. 17 points in the game. And he can't bank that one in. The 3 from Craig. He can't get it to go, and so it's the Boston Celtics firmly in control with an impressive 28-point lead as the quarter ends. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. We'll be right back after this word. Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Here's Holiday. On the court for Washington, we've got Jordan Poole, and it's Carrington in at the two-guard spot.
Every player goes through this. When your shots aren't going down, it can ding your confidence.
And we haven't seen a new franchise join the NBA stand since the Charlotte Bobcats in 2003. 20 years later, though, things seem to be percolating a bit.
Well, you've seen it, Brian. There's some deep pockets out there and some great markets, all vying to get into the action. And we know that the NBA is all about growth.
On target from range.
Well, he's a good passer in his position. The veteran Horford is all about doing what's best for the team.
Here's Carrington. 5 to shoot. Pass to Champagny. Shoots over Horford. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Assisted. Carrington.
And it's Holiday with the ball for the Boston Celtics. And he drives in.
Yeah, Holiday does have some real power, so he's able to push back against the contact.
First team foul. At the line, Drew Holiday. At the line for 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
You know, one thing you got to love about Drew Holiday is he's a true two-way player in this league. He puts in a lot of work to make a big impact on both sides of the floor.
Jaylen Brown, he's checked in for Hauser. Thor, he's checked in for Washington. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Coach, what's the challenge of NBA travel like?
Well, look, all of us in the NBA just have to come clean on this. We travel on first-class charters. We're taken care of as well as you can possibly be taken care of. It's just that there's a lot of travel in an NBA season, and if you're on the coast, you probably feel it a little bit more even than the teams in the middle of the country.
They're doing some good work at the line this half.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Holiday looking for an opening. Here he goes. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line.
Holiday at the line with 1 shot.
That's good from Holiday. The Wizards have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Pass to Sarr. Boston pulls it in. Horford's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Brown with it. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Brown's got 26 points.
And over time, we've seen Brown ease into accepting more responsibility on offense. He's now a dangerous scorer.
They set the pick. Poole for 3. Connects again from distance.
And he shattered the franchise's single-season high for three-pointers made.
Getting them up and connecting with high volume. He's been a flamethrower all year long. The Wizards have gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. Poole, a screen on Brown. Here's Thor. Clock at 6.
Out of bounds. Boston ball.
Boston's gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Screen by Horford. And Brown with the stuff.
And that's good decision making by Brown in the pick and roll. He'll make the right read more often than not.
Count it.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Horford outside. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's Pritchard. And that one goes. He's shooting 5 of 9 in this one.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Here's Sarr. Horford pulls it in. Horford's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And the foul on the shot. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. You know, Grant, we've seen career performances in the play-in tournament, but the stats don't count for regular season or the playoffs.
You know, that's crazy, BA. So let's just count them as playoff stats. It used to be only 3 rounds instead of 4, so there is a precedent to adding more games to the official postseason.
And he makes the first. And Boston with some changes. Hauser comes in for Horford. And Craig subbed in for Jaylen Brown. Jones, he's checked in for Washington. Johnson comes in for Thor. And he can't hit the second. The Wizards have gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. Champagnie, the pass to Johnson. Here's Carrington. Pass to Champagnie. 6 to shoot. Now Jones. Back to Poole. There's the triple. No. He's now 4 for 8 shooting. Here's Shireman. And here's Holiday. To the inside. Here's Pritchard. Cash money from 16 feet away. Pritchard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He means business. Unlikely to be a comeback on his watch.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots and you build the lead.
Shots good by Carrington. The Celtics have gotten 6 of 8 shots to fall during this fourth. Pass to Shireman. Knocked away. Here's Carrington. Champagnie, the pass to Poole. Outside Johnson. Here's Carrington. Back to Johnson. Well, Grant, we've heard some out there say dynasties are dead. And these days, there are a lot of teams contending for titles.
Well, the NBA is happy to see all the competition. But, you know, this league has been defined over the decades by dynasties. We'll see if their epitaph has been written.
The free throw drops for Johnson. Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the line. Boston's gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. And he's headed to the line for 2. He gets the whistle there.
Line for 2, Torrey Craig.
And that one falls for Craig. Second free throw, no good. And Grant, while we want the officials to get it right, I'm sure the league would like to shorten that time officials are at the table.
Tell me about it. You wonder if a time limit should be instituted. If they can't figure it out after a minute or so, just go with how it was called on the floor.
Here's Carrington. Nails it from 3. Carrington's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, it's only his second 3 of the night. If he's going to heat up, The second half is a great time to do it.
A shot by Holiday, no good.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
And that one's good. Poole.
Yeah, he's been able to turn it around after a rough first half. He's now looking much better offensively.
Holiday passes to Hauser. Here's Shireman. Outside Craig. Here's Hauser. He drops it from range. Hauser's got 6 here in the quarter.
The defense was just nowhere to be found, and because of that, he adds to their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Boston has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Craig finds Holiday. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Washington. Jones has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Carrington. From the top of the key, Hauser grabs the board. Outside Holiday. Pritchard, the pass to Hauser. And here's Holiday, defended by Jones. The jump hook. Jones grabs the board. Jones has got 7 rebounds in the game. Pass to Champagny. Well, Stan, you've coached some lockdown defenses. With the way the game is officiated these days, is it getting too hard to defend?
Well, it's certainly frustrating. You've heard defenders saying everything is a foul. We might need to redefine incidental contact.
Craig, good.
And credit to Holiday for keeping this offense in rhythm. He does a great job spreading the ball around.
Pass to Champagny from behind the arc. Boston pulls it in. Pritchard's got 4 rebounds now. Outside Craig. Here's Hauser. Buries it from 3. Hauser's got 11 points here in the second half.
I just love the ball move.
Pass to Champagny. Outside Jones. From deep, Johnson gets the 3 ball to go.
When you get faced up at one end, you want to get it back at the other.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
At the line for your Celtics, Shireman. At the line for 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. All right, Stan, what's one rule you change if you could be commissioner for a day?
Well, first thing I want to know, Brian, if I get to be commissioner for the day, for that day, do I get Adam Silver's salary?
100%.
Brian, I'd get rid of all the replays.
All the replays. No more reviews. Human factor.
No reviews, no challenges. Let's play the game and keep the flow of the game going.
Pass to Carrington. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. So Boston ends up going with a new group.
At the line for the Wizards, Carrington. 1 shot.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
And it's Holiday with the ball for the Boston Celtics. Outside, Brown. They set the screen. Down low, Cornette. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Brown's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, Brown is always looking to score, but he's far from a selfish player, and he will move the ball, too.
Poole outside. Back to Johnson. Shoots over Brown. Holiday grabs the miss. Holiday's got 4 rebounds now.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Celtics.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Graham.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And the wins have been piling up for them. Tonight will be their 58th of the year.
They have proven to simply be the better team of the two, winning all 4 games in this season series.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Jaylen Brown.
The scoring effort from him, unreal. Carrying this team, I mean, he was amazing tonight.
That one's off. And he sinks the second.
And this is the problem with playing from behind. Missing freebies takes on greater importance.
Holiday passes to Brown. Outside White. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Great game for him. Double-double now.
This has to feel good. They gave their fans a show and secured the W.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks, guys. Drew, this team is winning games. What's coming together for this group right now?
Honestly, I think it's the feel. I think it's the comfortability with each other. I think it's the chemistry on the court. And from there, as chemistry builds, you build confidence. And, man, it's fun to play,
I do. I hope it continues to build. It's been fun to watch. Thanks, Drew.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And let's reveal our player of the game, Jaylen Brown.